IRD is at the summit because water is an overriding issue that affects almost all of our programs, development programs and relief programs, whether it's Afghanistan or Zimbabwe or Libya. I think it's very important to have the community involved in water programs, and the major thing is to help train them to be able to implement programs themselves and programs that they can continue after our intervention. But in Zimbabwe, we're helping people train how to do rooftop collections of water that would greatly expand the water available for both household use and for agricultural use. Well, many parts of the world you can't have agriculture without irrigation. So countries like Iraq and Afghanistan are actually very fertile if they have the water, but you have to make sure that the water gets from the source, either the rivers or to the snowmelt, to the agricultural land. And when you're able to do that, then you can have a very productive and fertile area, and allows the countries to feed themselves, and they don't have to import food. In fact, they often export food. Afghanistan is an exporter of pomegranates, for instance, and that's solely due to all of the major irrigation in the southern part of Afghanistan. And one of the projects that IRD does is to reconstruct and build and clean out the irrigation canals in the south, which has greatly allowed both the agricultural community to prosper and to export. A key partnership has to be the local communities and the local governments, because they have to take care and sustain all the projects after our interventions, so that you should be working very closely with the local governments. They have to have a tax base, they have to have ways of paying for the upkeep and maintenance of water systems after the project is actually done. One major project we did in Ukraine, we had a very interesting distribution program and water production project in Crimea, where the Tatars are moving back from Asia and overpopulating the area in terms of social services. But one of the most important things was to provide meters for the water system, so that the local community had a way of paying for the water and paying for the maintenance and upkeep of the future of the water system. Well, what we're trying to get out of this water summit is increased visibility and understanding of the real importance of water to development. That the fact that people understand that you have to have food to have development and an economy, but water is just as important as food. And water cuts across all kind of projects, but if you're in Egypt, the control of the Nile and the use of that water is very important. If you're in Iraq, the control of the rivers is very important. And we even have these kind of issues in the United States with terms of the control of the water between the United States and Mexico. So these areas, water just affects everything.